Welcome again. I'm Dustin DaHusky, and my hair still gets in my eyes. Well, let's begin. Okay, so let's do another pandemic talk. Let's actually talk about something relevant, at least in my everyday life, specifically for me. And this can be relatable to anyone. I have a shit job. Like thousands of other people. Yeah, you have a bad job, but you could also have a absolute shit job. Like, yeah, you had a bad day at work, but otherwise your past month was okay. In my reality, I fear going into work every day because my boss will do or say something to ruin my day. And this has been going on for the last 23 months that I've worked at this company. There's always something that my boss has to tell me every day that I'm doing wrong. And in my department, I have the highest individual quality as far as work is concerned. I take my job seriously. I want to make sure that whatever job I am doing is going to be done very well, very accurately, and as best as I can. Yeah, I just want to say screw the customer, but you still need to give someone out there, you're going to have to actually give good customer services. Or personally, you have your own personal interests that you want to put in the best work possible, regardless of what your company tells you to, which kind of what I sort of following now. I don't care what my company wants me to do. I'm going to do my job the way how it's supposed to be done, and then do it as damn best as I possibly can, even if it means I'm a little bit slower than I should be. My boss's boss says, "You're doing a fantastic job." Actually, I like my boss's boss. Boss's boss? Ordinary human being. Perhaps genuine. Despite actually no, he's not clueless. He's very complicit to know. He's very complicit knowing what's going on in the background, but other than that, actual good person. President of the company. And I work at the headquarters, so we get good job. Which, for what it's worth, okay. You get recognized by the owner of the company. That's some recognition, if any. But my boss, what I do is not enough. Even though I've caught, several $1,000 mistakes in the past, I think my personal best that I helped this company was to stop what was it, like a $80,000 problem right out the door. I caught it just in time, corrected it, and kind of helped save the company face to a really important customer, in the military. We have a lot of military contracts. And I was able to stop last minute an error that no one else saw, from production floor to my hands, which I work in shipping. I'm the last person that will see any of this stuff as it leaves the company. So I do a pretty good job. Might still be a bit slower than what I should be doing, but you know what? My mind, if you do work at your pace and you do it well, it shouldn't be a problem. The faster you work, the more likely you're going to make a mistake, whether if you liked it or not, or whether if you know or not. You're more likely to cause a problem if you rush a job too fast. Me, I give each job the proper amount of time I'm willing to give it, knowing that I can do a good job for it. Makes the customers happy, makes my upper managers happy, not my direct manager, but the upper managers happy, because they know that there is someone out there in shipping who is actually taking a look at shit, is making sure that things are a-okay when it leaves the factory. I am literally the last person that sees any of the stuff go, and if it goes out and it turns out to be wrong, it went through 10 other people, and me being the last person, I felt proud that one day I ended up finding a really big error and it didn't go out the door. Yeah, we lost sales for that day, but in reality, the amount of trouble it would have caused would be double, and probably would have lost the company even more money on top of what was, it's a shit show. So I prevented a shit show, and at least it got recognized. Well, I hate my job. Let's just call it at that. I hate my job because my boss enjoys to find any reason to yell at me, to berate me, to pretty much make fun of me. And he's not quiet about it. In fact, the other day he had told me, he yelled at me at the top of his lungs in the morning. Mind you, we just got a new person, and I doubt this new person will last a month. The shortest I've seen a new person last was 3 days, so 3 days. And he was a return, and he realized why he left in the first place, and then he was gone after 3 days. This new person seems to be a good egg, so I'm hoping maybe she will stay. But knowing what happened yesterday morning, I don't know if that might be the case. Pretty much, he yelled at me for wasting company time. And this is not the first time he's done this. The first time he said that when I was wasting company time was when he was standing 10 feet away from me while I was doing my job, staring at me, eating a bag of popcorn for 4 hours, doing nothing else. He did nothing else for the entire half of the day, second half of the day, watching me do my job while eating a bag of popcorn on a step stool ladder, because he's short, so he wants to dominate people. And I didn't give him any time of day, so he stopped doing that eventually because he couldn't get to me, because fuck that. But he told me that I was wasting company time when it came to the number of steps I was doing. I thought, oh, procedures. I'm doing procedures exactly how I was trained. No, that's not exactly what he told me as number of steps. He's literally counting the number of steps I am making with my feet. He told me that I was wasting company time on 3 extra steps. Hearing that is just as close to being told by your boss that you're breathing too much, and that's costing company time. 3 extra footsteps ain't really gonna matter much. Says the man who is standing on a step stool for 4 hours eating popcorn, watching me work until the end of the day. I can't make this shit up. So he did that to me yesterday. However, lo and behold, I get yelled at where you can hear it across the whole plant floor. You are wasting company time. You disappoint me. I'm actually literally doing my job. I'm just literally focused doing what I'm doing. And then he just comes out of nowhere and he berates me and another worker who's also doing his job. We both momentarily, which was cool, which pissed him off, we momentarily turned to each other, looked at each other, and then turned back to him with really a homicidal stare, because at this point we already know what's his game, because we already hate the man. And he just fucked off. He turned around and fucked off, because you know what? He realized we weren't having any of his shit. which then later he would then yell around the whole plant with another manager, verbally attacking me from afar. Not directly, it's definitely about me, but not directly at me, but he was talking about me in particular, how I was slow and it's disappointing and waste company time and this and that, while he spent about 30 minutes talking to another guy doing nothing while on company time. This is the same person who wants to see gas chambers being used and firing squads of eliminating people in prison or in jail in this country. That the one way to save money in this country is to kill them all, whether by gas chamber or by hail of bullets. He kind of, and I quote, said, mow him down. This is an individual that is hideous. He's a hideous human being. This is why I have lately been job searching. I would have done it last year, but I had vacation time, which I do this year. So, really, it does help stay at this company when I can have vacation time to do what the hell I want to do. It's my only way of recharging the batteries to get the hell away from him. Now I'm at my end's wits. I can't stand being at this company anymore. However, pandemic talk 2020, this familiar subject we're very well aware of. And earlier this year, a lot of people who had lost their jobs or been laid off or furloughed, and record-breaking numbers each week of people filing for unemployment every week. The last record before this pandemic was around 800,000 people in 1 week that filed for unemployment. I believe that was back at the 2007 or 2008 recession. There was a record of 3 million people a week in this country that were filing for unemployment, and it was growing, and so was the total number. I believe the total number we've had unemployed at one point was 43 million people. And I believe in July or in August, if the last time I knew of a number, was around 30 million people were still unemployed. Now I reach my conundrum. As I'm looking for good quality work, I'm not talking about if I'm desperate, don't want to work for Walmart, but if it means that I can get out of Walmart to